Let's talk about some recent Love After Lockup updates that I didn't have time to cover in my last video a few days ago, starting off with Kristianna. So Kristianna, as we all know, she was arrested on February 29th, and at the time we really didn't have much information. All I knew was Kristianna was riding around in a vehicle and she was pulled over. And now we have more information about what happened and what she's up to today. So she was charged with theft in the second degree of a motor vehicle, and she had 2 drug possession charges, and she was being held on a $7,000 bond. Well, she did eventually get released. The judge ended up letting her go to a rehab center, but we saw how the last rehab center worked out for her while she was living with John. She ended up using while she was there and running off back to her sister Tara's house. Hopefully they send her to a different treatment center instead of the one she went to in the past so she can have a greater chance of success. But she just got out of jail recently and she's currently in the treatment center, and hopefully she can stay sober. And now I want to talk about Raneka, because Raneka has a new man. She posted this picture saying free Buxo, and then she said free Buxo until it's backwards, and then she's been hinting for a while now that she's got a new man. She posted different pictures. This picture here. In every picture she shared, she covered his face with the emoji. But apparently her boyfriend is locked up. So she got her another inmate, and he is supposed to be getting out in August. So she said, see, I think August because that's his release month, but he knows something he ain't tell me, and it's cool. So this is an email from him where he said, I love you too, shorty, and I hope you have an amazing day. And he hints at the fact that Raneka may be seeing him sooner than she thinks, and she thinks she's going to see him in August. So I think what he's saying is he may be getting out early. And I wonder if she's going to be returning for Love After Lockup since she's dating another inmate. And now I want to talk about Chaz. So this past week, O.J. Simpson passed away from cancer, and Chaz posted on his Facebook, and he says, everybody has been making cracks about O.J. Simpson. I've told this story a few times, and I felt it was appropriate to tell it again. When I was in the Marine Corps, the day I graduated combat school, I was one of the people who bought a car while I was in San Diego, and my father was going to fly out and drive my car back home for me because I had to fly to Virginia Beach that day. We're driving to LAX, and I was going pretty fast. My dad asked me if I was going to slow down, and I told him no, I'm keeping up with traffic. This is the speed that everybody drives here. A few miles later, he asked me the same question, and again, I give him the same response. So he asked me if I was worried about all the police following me. I look in the rear view mirror, and I have a white Ford Bronco on my butt and what looked like 100 police cars. Needless to say, I pulled over, and it wasn't until I got to the airport that I found out that O.J. Simpson was tailgating me. It was kind of a cool experience, and one of the last that I had with my father. Right or wrong, O.J. Simpson was an amazing football player, and he did have some cool roles in some movies. And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought of him, rehashing memories with his father. So he got a lot of backlash in the comments from people who were upset with his comments about OJ being an amazing football player. And he ended up saying, just to piss off all the idiots, and he shared this picture of this duck. He said, I named the duck O.J. Simpson. And I think this is just a troll. I don't think he really named the duck O.J. because this duck was from years ago. And he says, if you guys have an issue with anything I post, unfriend yourself because I'm blocking. Who knows, I might go through and just remove everybody who's not a family member. I'm tired of all the crap. I don't have Facebook for any other reason than for myself. I don't care if you saw me on a TV show and you were curious. It doesn't matter to me. I'm no longer dealing with this crap. I'm not going to wake up every morning being pissed off because an idiot wanted to nitpick everything I say, especially over something that's freaking stupid like O.J. Simpson. He's dead. Get on with your freaking lives. It would be one thing if he was like, oh yeah, O.J. Simpson was innocent, or O.J. Simpson was this amazing man. But he wasn't doing any of that. The man was just sharing a memory that he had once upon a time with his dad, and it was relevant at the time because O.J. Simpson had passed away. And Chaz said, I posted a story that I found interesting and bittersweet because it was one of the last times I spent with my father. Many people are very sweet, and I appreciate that. Many other people want to latch a hold on some BS and act like I'm the second coming of Adolf Hitler. If you can't control your emotions about something a complete stranger did to another complete stranger, then you better be out here flipping out about all the times that people lost their lives every single day around the world. Now let's talk about Daonte and his girlfriend Addie. So a lot of people have been questioning Addie if she's pregnant because a lot of the pictures they've taken together, Daonte is holding onto her stomach like she may be pregnant. So she shared a pregnancy test that she took a few nights ago where it's negative. They're not doing anything to prevent having a baby at this time. And she said in a live when she was asked that more than anything, she wants to be a stay-at-home mom. And right now she is staying with Daonte, and she got a job at this strip club near Daonte's. But she also said she's still working back in Myrtle Beach, and she's working, I believe, at the old club that she was working at before she moved to Virginia. And she said she's going to be traveling back and forth between the two clubs. Daonte's birthday was the other day, and Addie shared that she got Daonte's initials tatted on her thigh. And when Daonte was asked in a live if he planned to get her name tattooed, at first he was like, oh, don't start pressuring me just because she got my initials tatted. But he did reveal that he plans to get her name tatted at some point. And now let's talk about Haley. So Haley is currently pregnant with twins, and she shared a scary update. She shared this story post saying, after 2 bags of IV fluids, my contractions stopped. Who knew dehydration could cause false labor? I'm so grateful they stayed put. And she's currently 28 weeks pregnant. And twins usually are delivered earlier compared to most babies. Like most twins will be delivered by 36 weeks. So that means she only has about a month and a half left to go before the twins are finally here. Haley's ex Dalton shared an update that him and his girl are officially engaged. So they showed off these rings, and they also got these matching piercings by their eye. I can't remember what that piercing exactly is called. And now let's talk about Dylan. So the last time we talked about Dylan, he shared his wedding registry that him and Marissa were supposed to get married on April 5th. Well, we haven't heard any updates since they're supposed to get married, but Dylan recently shared a post on Instagram where it looks like he's wearing a wedding ring. I ended up finding out from one of my sources that Dylan is going to be returning to TV. So he's actually going to be on this show where it's kind of like The Bachelor, where they mix certain guys with millionaires. So it's going to be a mixture of broke dudes with rich dudes, and she doesn't know who's who. So hopefully in the end, she ends up picking somebody who's got money, or at least somebody who isn't full out broke and at least a decent partner. Okay, so we have just a few updates left. Mikey shared that he recently got him a lifted truck, and it looks like all his hard work is finally paying off. He's still currently with Chelsea. And Santiba shared that she has wanted to meet her father because she has no idea who her dad is. She's never seen a picture of him. So she decided to purchase a DNA kit. She ended up getting the results, and she found a ton of people listed on the parent 1 side, which would be her father. And she's never reached out to any of them because she felt like it wasn't the right time. But now she feels like she's in a place to figure out who her father is, and she's going to begin her search. So hopefully she can figure out who her father is and build a relationship with him. But that is it for this video, guys. We only have a few more days left until the new season of Love During Lockup is here this Friday. But let me know what you guys think about all these updates in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.